Director SVPNPA, faculty members present, and officer trainees of 63 and 64 RR. I welcome you all to this forum, Khula manch. Before we start the programs, I would like to give you a brief introduction about the forum, because this is a new concept and forum for the 63 RR, though 64 knows it. Basically, in academy, in the training activities, we have so many forums where we interact with the professionals. But this forum was started with a view to give a democratic platform to infuse democratic ideas and values into the trainees. Where in this forum, the trainees get an opportunity to speak on various topics of mutual interest. They can raise any issue that attracts their attention. They can bring out any issue which they think is important. And in this process, in the earlier forums which we have held here in this auditorium, very important issues regarding young boys being engaged as ball boys in the tennis courts, and similar issues of how our cooperative stores are functioning, how the services can be improved. Such things have been raised by the OTs, duly taken note of by the concerned people. Actions were taken on improving the situation brought to the notice, and the action taken was also shared with the OTs in these forums. Though initially it was not very active, I see the forum becoming more and more active with the passing of the days. With this brief introduction, today the program is like this. We have extempore speech by 5 of our officer trainees from 64 RR, followed by one presentation from Computer Society, then a program by Samvedi Society, wherein they will be distributing blankets, a program by Mess Committee, and finally a program by LPCA, where prizes are to be distributed to the winners of the short story writing competition. Now, I request the officer trainees of 64 RR to start their extempore speech in the order in which they were notified earlier.
Good afternoon, everybody. I was actually third time unlucky, because before this I was nominated twice for speaking here, and today I couldn't do a Houdini as earlier. But I started asking a question to all of you. What is common to God and 64 RROTs? Apart from Pankaj, in sport we have this running joke, every time we say something we say in the name of Pankaj, the most beneficent, the most merciful. But that is not the answer here. According to the book of Genesis, God worked for 6 days a week and then he rested on the 7th day. He created a world and he had to rest for 1 day. We are trying to change that world. We at least need 1.5 days. Ladies and gentlemen, what is common to the Titanic and 64 RROTs? We have started that voyage. I don't know where that will take us, but the Titanic sent an SOS message to the Carpathia before it sank, and some people were saved, about half of the passengers there. So I'm going to speak on SOS, except this time here it is Save Our Saturdays. And I say this with full cognizance of the fact that I'm going to move a leave application soon, so that is in jeopardy after this speech. Ladies and gentlemen, Article 43 of the Constitution says that the state shall make endeavour to provide opportunities for leisure and cultural activities. Article 43, which is a part of the directive principle of state policy, says that in addition to other things, the state shall endeavour to provide opportunities to every individual for enjoying leisure and cultural activities. They have a lot of cultural activities. That part is taken care of. Also, another bit of trivia. Germany and France are trying to bail out Greece. All of us know that. People in Greece work for 45 hours a week. I'm quoting a report in The Guardian. People in France work for 35 hours. They are in favour for working less. People in Germany work for 35.6 hours. So you get the drift. The world has been moving from the 1920s in US, the world has been moving towards lesser work hours, although now work and play are intertwined. For people who have been to Google or McKinsey, you have these short nap hours in the daytime, or you do activities at the workplace which almost make work look like leisure. But the IPS training is slightly different. Now, a few days back, a felicitous thing happened, a happy coincidence. Got named, there's this really non-sleep friendly hall in the academy. All of us know that without taking the name. Now that was named after the particular committee, and I'm going to quote that committee. That committee obviously is the Gore Committee on Training, and I know, Director Sir, that you are a big fan of the report. A lot of people say that's among the few scientific reports that have ever come up. Now, you'll be surprised to find that almost everything that the committee said, with or without being intended to do so, is being implemented in this academy. The committee said you would have indoor classes from 9 to 1, we have that. It said language classes from 3 to 3:40, we have that. But ladies and gentlemen, it said PT classes from 6:30 to 7. And I'm quoting the findings of a well-researched committee, and they have honored that committee here at the academy. We'll take 1 hour, it's okay, double that time up. We will do 1 hour. But my point is, the committee said, nothing to be done after 6:30. It is on record, ladies and gentlemen, you can go back and read that report, I'm not making it up. And it said that this is with reference to Varun, he raised a point about training schedules, 25 weeks for most people, but then in the UK they train constables. I hope we are spending more time and we'll do more than that. But the committee also said that the training for IPS officers should be increased to 15 months. Obviously, for a committee of that time, it realized, and it was very prescient in the fact that a lot needed to be taught and was being done. And I'm sure there's just the premise behind not saving our Saturdays. You know, Saturdays have fallen into the same category as oxygen and rainforest. They're close to 21% of everything effective. We need to have 20%. Anything that is useful has to be at least 20% of the overall thing. And if you look at Saturdays, they're close to 14%. If you just have Sundays off, 1 by 7 is 14% or something like that. Now, my point is, we understand that we have had to incorporate fieldcraft and tactics, and some things are being phased out. But if the premise is that you need to train effective IPS officers, the very premise is being defeated by having IPS officers who turn up on Monday, not even realizing that they've had a weekend. Creativity is not a tap that you can turn on Monday morning. And this is not from AK Saxena, but it's pretty close to. So, world over you have studies which say that rest is it's not just equal to sleep, it's sleep plus. And rest requires rejuvenation. You need to go back. It's a sacred covenant. It's like it is almost like the bugle that you have at 6 o'clock. Nobody has ever violated that, and nobody will ever be able to violate that as long as they can. It's one of the commandments of Moses. A half day on Saturday when you're entitled to that, a full day on Sunday, second Saturdays, these should be, there are 3 things that should be sacred in this academy. The 6 o'clock bugle, the Khula manch, and the second Saturday. In the full belief that, I'll paraphrase something I read somewhere in the theory of everything, that the ultimate test of reason is the question itself. And the ultimate test of the Khula manch should be able to, we should be able to one day vote out the Khula manch if nothing is being done here. True democracy is the first to vote out democracy. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's like an agreement, you would see everywhere in the developed world, people would say, okay fine, make us work 1 hour extra on weekdays, but leave our weekends alone. And the logic that is normally given is that when you go to the field, you would have to work throughout. I'm sure we would be able to make that leap of faith. We would not say just because we have this in the academy being trainees. So give us that discretion. Have a little faith in us, and let us have our own time. It is probably like you're trying to win the Mr. Olympia with about 3 months to go. You overwork and you're probably going to land up in hospital. We realize that the 46 weeks that are there may not be sufficient. I've heard rumors or probably grapevine that people would like that to be extended, but that is another domain. And I'll tell you, mathematics is no help when it comes to the Khula manch. We have a 46-week training, 5 people speak in every Khula manch. After every 30 weeks, all of us should get a turn. But I'm stuck with an increased probability. So I'll say it here. Ideally, none of us should be afraid of Khula manch because theoretically we should be speaking at least once, just like the MDO thing. So I'm sure I overstepped 3 minutes that I was given, but I needed to make this point. In terms of time, there's just one other thing. A lot of people come here and speak for a long time. So there's this beautiful quotation by Churchill. Churchill was turned up in the House of Commons and he said, I'm going to give a long speech because I haven't prepared a short one. And he normally used to say, or there's this, all of you have heard that speech by Lincoln where he says, the Gettysburg Address about government of the people, for the people, by the people. Ladies and gentlemen, would you believe that speech, which is historical in the context of US and probably liberal democracy, lasted for only 2 minutes? So it is important to value what you say, and I'm appealing to the magnanimity for directive. There are a lot of things we would have had in spite of coming here and criticizing a lot of things that we do, that is almost a tribute to you, because in spite of everything else, we would not change you for any other directive. And I'm not saying that. Such a knowledge gap was there when Sanjay sir was leaving. So you heard that, sir. But don't stop midway. Take it all the way. And next time when schedules are made, please ensure that just like we're not asking for a lot, but give us our Saturdays. SOS is my message, and thank you very much for your time.
Bharat also wanted, 63 sir wanted Khula manch. 63 are.